the Pula PA02. I mean, the CKLVX 1DD plus 4BA review. Let's talk about it. Hey, bro. Yeah, can I copy your homework? Yeah. Let's do some other ones. Oh yeah, this is a great one. Yeah, it definitely looks like He-Man right there. Oh yeah, definitely, that's Anakin. Oh, look at that. Stranger Things is mocking him. All right, so the question is, who's the mimic? And we'll get into it pretty soon. Okay, are these the same IEM? Okay, well these are the cases, right? But which one is which? The only thing you can tell is that the Pula actually says Pula. So that means that Pula is the original, right? Or they just imprinted their name on it. So, this is a question. They pretty much have the same tips. I don't know. I kind of use some of these and send them to Jay's audio to review the Pula. But I mean, look at these cases. They're, virtually identical. They're virtually the same thing. So, they have exactly the same tips included. So that's not relevant. I mean, these zippers are both gold and pretty. And, this one's gold and pretty. So, I don't know, man. In cases, they're basically the same. But one actually says Pula. Alright, so let's look at these actual shells. Like the Pula's on the left and the whatever. The CKIM is on this one. Now, the big thing I do find a difference. I do like the cable of the CK a little bit better. And I think it is a better cable. The Pula cable is, like, I don't know, it has more strands. But it feels a little bit more, I don't know, just not as juicy. Not as, like, springy. Like, it just is not that fun. Like, the connectors feel chinsy. But I mean, they're really pretty much the same thing, right? If we look at the shells, dude, the shells are like so much alike. It's not even funny. I mean, look at that. Can you tell? Like, just kind of close your eyes and just kind of pretend I'm like, and like shaking them. Can you tell? No, you can't. You're like, oh, which one's which? Oh wait, oh, okay, there we go. There's the CK and there's the Pula. You can finally tell after you look at them, and they pretty much have the same recessed connectors, and they have this little vent here on the top, and I mean, they're so close, dude. You just can't even, I can't even tell you. Like, I put them in one ear and I put the other one in. It's really hard to tell. They're so very close. I mean, maybe you can tell the difference, but for me, there's just super minor differences between the two. I mean, you can look at the nozzles. The nozzles look identical. They both still have that writing. I can't even tell from this angle, It's just like, the widths of them, they're basically the same shell with a different little abalone faceplate, and so that's a big thing for you to think about which one of these you want better. So I don't know. Having said that, let's look at the graph. Okay, let's talk the CKLVX IEM's graph. You'll notice it is a very nice looking graph. It does have really nice mids, really nice vocals, and everything does sound really well on it. It is inoffensive. It's not bad. It's not the worst IEM in the world, and it's definitely not the best, but it does come in that region where, like, it's really competitive with a lot of the other IEMs at its price point. And I think it has nice vocals, but it's not perfect. The biggest one that it's compared to, and I think something that inspired this video, is the Pula PA02. And you'll notice here all the way up until about here around 4K to 5K, these match each other almost like they could be the same driver. Now after that, they do have differences in their air region. I think they both have good and bad things that I like about them. To me, it just doesn't sound as smooth and as natural, and there's certain things about it that just feel a little bit harsh and pressured, and I don't know. To me, they both have problems with imaging. They both have problems with resolution, and I don't think either of them are necessarily really bad. But they just don't have the best tuning, and so to me, it's pretty close on these two, and we'll talk more about these later. And so let's talk about some other options which I think are really close to this region, right? Like, I think these are pretty okay. And so some that are at this region that, I think are really close and about half the price are the Simgat EA500LM. Let's go ahead and, this is a really nice IEM. It's gotten some flack because it has some the upper mids and kind of upper air region here, the 3 to 6K region. It's a little bit spicy for some. The CKLVX does have a nice dip at 6K, so it does have a lot of good things going on for it, but it's just not really perfect for what I would want it to be. Again, image is kind of okay. It doesn't really feel like it's doing that much what a great IEM would do, just kind of doing what a good IEM would do. And so that's a little bit disappointing and sad in that regards. But again, it is a really good IEM for the price. But I think something like the SimGuy EA500, if you're trying to save money, I don't know. I kind of like the SimGuy EA500 LM. Like, it's just enough spice, just enough fun for me. The NiceHack F1 Pro, as far as, I think it does some details better. It sparkles a little bit better, has that resolution, and kind of that air region just really comes to life on the NiceHack F1 Pro. I mean, a lot of planars are at this price. So the problem with being this cost of an IEM is you have so many other IEMs that are in that price range that you have to compete against. So that becomes a problem. Let's look at another IEM. I mean, this is the Chopin. This is my budget go-to, $200 IEM. I really like the Chopin. It has better bass, a little bit better vocals. It really pops. It really sings well. I think the details are better on it. I really think the Chopin, to me in my ears, I think it's just a better set. Now, does that invalidate this CKLVX? No, because everyone has different tastes and preferences. But I mean, to me, it's not a go-to. It doesn't beat it. It's on the same level. But if I had to judge and estimate, hey, which one are you going to go with? Which one's your recommendation? Definitely the Chopin. And the Chopin does things for me and for my library and for my preferences more so than the CKLVX does. So, I mean, as far as which one of these IEMs to go with, there are differences about each. The Pula has the nice Pula on the front and the nicer faceplate. The CK, I think its faceplate's fine. I think its cable's maybe 10% better. It does come in a nice box that you can kind of see here, whereas the Pula just comes in a really bland cardboard box. It's like the single most boring thing that you'll ever see. Are these the same IEM? No, but they sound very similar to the point where I wouldn't even really... I might recommend skipping these or recommend thinking about, maybe getting something different. I think if you like the design of these, I think they're a quality sonic product. I mean, I just reviewed the KZ Symphony, which just was a dumpster fire. And it makes me want to hate audio after hearing a product like that and thinking how much I spent on it. It just makes me want to cry. But, you hear something like this and it kind of reaffirms your faith in audio. And this is an overall really solid product. It's a really nice IEM. And I think for a lot of people, it could be endgame. Again, it looks really cool. It sounds good. It images pretty well. And it's just overall a solid experience. Now again, is it perfect? Absolutely not, but it's a solid product. I think it's a solid value, and I think it's something that that you can buy and just enjoy. Like, it's not the best, it's not the worst, but it is a solid product that I can fully recommend to you. But I would hesitantly say that maybe there's other products that might work for you that I don't know if this is the best IEM at its price. Again, I would probably go with the Chopin, but the Chopin does have kind of an interesting ear set. But there's just so many IEMs coming up in the next few months that I can say, if you have the Pula, don't buy this. If you have this, don't buy the Pula. They're so similar, and they're both kind of mid in the upper air region and treble region that I feel like it's just, you'd be better served getting something a little bit cheaper, unless you really, really like the design and flow of this IEM. And, that's just kind of my opinion on this. And it's been kind of hard to do, kind of hard to think about this. I've had this on my desk for like 10 days thinking about what to say and how to say it. But I think to me, showing this as a comparison to the Pula is really important. Again, the Pula is a good IEM. So is the CK IEM. It's just, hard to really determine which one's better, but there are differences, and but it looks like one of them copied the other, and it's kind of funny to me. Thanks for watching. My rankings are on the site, but again, this is a recommend, but a hesitant recommend. And I would highly recommend you look at my ranking site to kind of see how we see things are. There's a lot of new IEMs coming out, and I have a bunch of new IEMs on my desk, and things might get shifted around a bit. So again, this is a buy if you like the design. I think the sonic quality is very strong for the price. Thanks for watching. You're still here. It's over. Go home. Go watch another IEM video. It's done. That's the entire video. What more do you want?